Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and what you're looking at in front of me is two pictures of the World of Tanks official Discord. This picture was taken when the Dead Mouse event was released into the game. We can see the Dead Mouse little background here, and then this one is when Wargaming announced their trailer and Unreal Engine about yesterday. Okay, so this is a picture taken of Wargaming's Discord yesterday. This is a picture of Wargaming's Discord server about a month ago. I want you to notice that there were 213,000 people in their Discord a month ago, and now there's 126,000 people in their Discord. Yeah, that's right. Wargaming's lost close to 90,000 people on their Discord. Now, obviously, the moderators tried saying, oh, well, this isn't actually, people leaving the Discord. It's Discord themselves purging inactive accounts. You mean to tell me that there are, let me get this right, 90,000 inactive accounts in your server? You expect me to believe that? Because I don't. I really don't believe that. Second of all, I literally Googled it, and Discord does not purge inactive accounts. They don't delete them. They don't. So I don't know what the mods are saying. It's just copium. I assume that the vast majority of these players have left the server when Unreal Engine trailer was announced. I would also assume this is why Wargaming has released their live stream way ahead of time. They were planning on doing the live stream tomorrow. They're doing the live stream today. And right at the beginning of the live stream, they said, yeah, we screwed up. We should have told you guys about Unreal Engine. You did screw up. You have nobody to blame but yourselves here. At the end of the day, you always see, like, Wargaming and the devs, they just don't understand that you have to talk to your community when you are literally changing the identity of the game. I just watched Wargaming's live stream, and it's just like they don't get it. They're not in touch with the player base. And this isn't the first time. It's been like this for years. For example, when the Sheridan missile was added into the game, they didn't ask if we wanted a Sheridan missile. They didn't ask if we wanted a basically artillery and blitz. They just put it into the game. And then after literally a year of the community complaining, they removed it. They put in skill-based matchmaking. And after a month and a half of the community complaining, they removed it. They've done this time and time again. They keep putting things into the game that nobody asked for, that nobody wants. It has been explained by every single skilled player why we don't want skill-based matchmaking in the game. And now we're getting the same thing here. Wargaming leaves us in the dark, doesn't ask the community what we want, and then says, here you go, guys. Oh, now you don't like it? That's crazy. What a surprise. Whoa. Who would have guessed that a bunch of devs who don't actually play the game, making decisions for people that do, are then surprised when we are a little outraged on all the decisions that are coming into the game. Listen, sets might be the best thing that are ever put into Blitz. Maybe they're great. I don't know. Only time can tell. But at the end of the day, who said tech trees are bad? Who that played Blitz ever once thought to themselves, wow, tech trees are too confusing. It's so confusing that, gee, look, I clicked on this nation, and now I'm grinding through this line. That's too confusing, evidently, to start at one tank and to grind down the line. It is so easy to understand tech trees. A freaking toddler could understand it. Why do we need sets? Wargaming's reasoning was, quote-unquote, the tech trees were too confusing, and we wanted to streamline the process. That's what Wargaming said. You haven't streamlined it. You've added an entirely different thing into the game, which is going to confuse 99% of the player base. We're not going to know what we're doing. I've already talked to people that have messed around with the open test and everything. And it's just like, why? Why are we doing this? Who said we need a new tech tree? Who said we need these confusing things put into the game? Who said we need an entirely new UI? All we wanted with Unreal Engine was enhanced graphics and better balance, maybe new maps, a new tech tree. I can tell you for a fact, and what's crazy is I came up with this idea in about 2 seconds. I can tell you that if Wargaming released Unreal Engine and also released the Swedish tank destroyers on the same day Unreal Engine was released with hydro-pneumatic suspension, it would have been the largest update for the game. It would have brought an insane amount of people back into Blitz. But instead, they do this. I literally came up with that idea in about 1 second, and I can tell you that every single player would want that. Who wouldn't want Swedish tank destroyers being released on the day of Unreal Engine with hydro-pneumatic suspension, new maps, larger maps, and maybe 10v10. I don't know. The point being, there's so many things that could have been done that would have actually been well received by the community. And again, could have been asked, you know? They could have asked us at any moment. I told the content creator manager in DMs, I said, the problem is you did all these changes and then you expect the community to act like, oh, we knew about these changes. We were in agreement. This didn't happen. You know, this is like you've been married for 10 years and then you find out your wife's been cheating on you. That's what this feels like. It feels like Wargaming knows nothing about their community. They know nothing about the player base and then think they do and then try putting things into the game that we don't want. I don't have a problem with commanders, personally. I don't. I think a lot of people do, but I'm not one of them. And I do think that Wargaming is going to properly balance commanders if they actually listen. And Wargaming said that this is the first of many tests. So I'm glad that they are listening to the community. But what gets me mad is that they've put all of this effort, all of this time, all of this money, they've paid their employees hourly income or whatever it is for months to design these sets, to make a new UI, to do all of this work when it could have been used for better things, better tanks, better tech trees that we would have rather had that spent towards. And that's the problem that I have. You know, even if they decide, okay, wow, we don't want sets, we're going to go back to tech trees. Even if they decide that they're going to change this and that and they're going to listen to the community, the amount of time you've already wasted, which you could have put into better projects, really gets me irritated as a person. And that's something that I don't agree with. And as I mentioned before, commanders, you know, Wargaming has said that they're not going to make pay-to-win commanders. It doesn't matter if you make the worst commander ever. If you put commanders behind a paywall and you cannot buy them or you cannot grind them for free, you are making mechanics that are behind a paywall. And even if that mechanic is useless, it doesn't matter. You have to make commanders free. I'm going to say this every single day. Every single day that Wargaming talks about commanders, they have to be free. They have to be grindable, and they have to be free for every single player. If you put them behind a paywall and you make it so that you can't get them for free, I'm going to have a serious problem. You guys are going to have a serious problem. I will not stand for that. I will fight tooth and nail for the fact that commanders are free. I will cause riots if Wargaming makes commanders pay to win. I will have a serious problem. They say now they won't make them pay to win, but I really, Wargaming's okay with basically having gambling in the game for children. I mean, that's what loot boxes are. It's basically gambling. So, you know, if they're okay with basically saying it's okay to gamble, then I wouldn't be surprised if they do these other things. At the end of the day, I like Blitz, and I don't want this game to die. First of all, my basic income is from this game. You know, I make my money from this game. But second of all, I enjoy Blitz. You know, I like playing this game. But at the same time, you have to be critical when Wargaming makes decisions like this. And as we can clearly see with the amount of people that have left their Discord server, people are being quite critical. So you guys can let me know your personal feelings in the comments down below. At the end of the day, all I want is Wargaming to do a live stream with me. That's it. I don't know why they won't. They forget the fact that I'm still the largest content creator in this game. I hold a huge amount of way and sway in the Blitz community. If they do a live stream with me and they let me ask the actual questions that the community's asking on their live stream, I'm guaranteeing they're just reading from a list of questions that they think people are going to ask. If they actually sat down with me in a live stream where I could ask the questions and explain the things that we want as the community, it would have been a lot easier. But for some reason, Wargaming just refuses to do that. So here we are, once again, talking to a brick wall. We'll see how much of these changes actually occur if Wargaming actually decides to listen to us. Again, on the 24th, open test will be out. I'll be streaming it. I'll be sharing my opinions, but I'm optimistic, but also scared. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Make your voices heard. Bye-bye.